Welcome to the Four Seasons. I'm your host, Ken Johnson. Today we talk about the most important gift that you can give yourself this year. Being in the South, when I start talking about important gifts that you can give yourself at Christmas time, the number one thing that normally is gravitated is try to convert somebody to Christianity. That's the culture. I'm not going to do that. There's enough churches out there. There's enough televangelists. There's enough missionaries. There's enough Christians. Basically, most research says that Americans have been exposed to Christianity enough that they have been to church one or more times in their life and have rejected it. So I'm not going to be talking about the afterlife. And if you were expecting that at Christmas time, you're not getting it. If you want to talk about Christianity, I'll talk about Christianity. If you want to talk about the afterlife, I'll talk about the afterlife, but that will not be this episode. You can comment below and I'll be happy to do it. But that is not what this is about today. And what really prompted this was my own issues. So some people know this, some do not. Back 2018, I quit my job of 20 years working with the government. And I struck out on my own. My dad died right at Christmas. My daddy was a huge factor in my life. It hurt. And I still have not grieved. I can't. I've tried. I can't. I had to play so many parts that I didn't want to play. I had to play mediator, peacekeeper, peacemaker, peace builder, manager, coordinator. So many things that I have yet to grieve. Then my mother got ill. It took a toll on her and manifested itself into some serious issues. And then she ended up in the hospital, then in a care facility. It took months to get her back to a state of health that she could really be on her own. Right when she was finally getting better and I was trying to start my life anew, to reset my life, an idiot, and there's no nicer term that I can give this person. Anything else would be, selfish, mindless twit. I cannot overemphasize him and his boss. His boss should be in prison right now and will never see a day in jail. But what happened was there was a work vehicle. The guy driving it knew that the brakes did not work. The owner of the vehicle knew he had not fixed the brakes and let the other guy go with it. And So I got rear-ended. I was stopped right in front of a church, and it bent up. I was driving my daddy's truck, and it folded the back of his pickup truck like it was a soft taco. It knocked the radio out. It knocked me unconscious. I ended up getting a brain injury. I don't remember much. I spent 7 months of my life with a cane, 5 months having to wear sunglasses because this room, as dim as it looks, would be too bright and I would be almost knocked out from the pain because of the brain injury. That's one of the problems you get with a brain injury. I couldn't get out macaroni and cheese. All I could do was say cheesy noodles. And it took about 2 hours to get that out of me, because I couldn't get the words out. So when you see me and I stammer sometimes, or I'm trying to come up with a word, or I might say something wrong, and you're going, this guy is an award-winning author. He should be able to be more eloquent. He should be more focused. He should have his words better. In my mind, I do, but it don't come out that way. I have to deal with this daily. I'm still dealing with it daily. My nieces and nephews, they were hurt by this because they're used to me being the fun uncle. I would pick them up, throw them over my head, swing them. I'd do the little ding-dong deal where I grab them by their feet, do this and hold them going ding-dong, ding-dong. I can't do that no more. My friends and coworkers called me Sasquatch because I could grab a bag that was 50 or 60 pounds with one hand, pick it up like it was nothing. I can't do that now. It took a long time. I had a lot to deal with. There's a lot of hurt. There's a lot of anger. And you know what? The doctors didn't help. I went and saw a therapist. Therapist didn't help. Went to a church. Church couldn't help. No one helped. There was nothing. I have mediated countless cases. I have done restorative justice. No one came to help me. I was alone. And it hurt. It made me sad. And when you're hurt, alone, and sad, the fact that you're not getting justice weighs on the mind. It does things that you probably shouldn't be thinking some thoughts. I'm not suicidal, but there are most days when I wish that guy had been going about 40 miles per hour faster. Just take that in. Later, went through court, hired the most expensive, most powerful, most well-known attorney in America, or the law firm. And I'll just use the numbers or the letters M and M. You know who they are. And they claim that they do whatever they do for the people. They don't. I have no good things to say about them. And basically, I got next to nothing. I was left with next to nothing. And now I'm having to rebuild my life again. The other day, I had somebody that they didn't pay me. I was supposed to have been paid, and it was a good sized check. Now, eventually, I will get the money. And usually, I have to deal with that stuff, and I can deal with it on my own. But unfortunately, at the same time, there's some extra level of certifications from the Supreme Court of Florida that I'm trying to get. And if you've ever dealt with the government, especially the court systems, logic goes out the window. The government is not here to help you. They are not here to protect you. Agencies that govern a profession are not there to help your profession. This is all a myth. And so I submitted my application, and now they're saying that I've got to do a bunch of stuff that they did not put in the application. The rules that govern the certification process do not say this. The statutes that govern this do not say this, but they have decided on their own volition. And so now I've either got to go back 15 years and cite every single case that I have ever mediated, give them the names, court dates, times, dates, all that stuff, or I've got to do all these other hoops just because they decided to. And so this is the next step in my growth, my professional growth, that they're impeding. They are now taking money out of my family's mouths, because that money is turning to food, this power, everything. So they're taking money away from my family that can equate into food, can equate to heat, that can equate to all this stuff, because they want to be bureaucrats. And I hate bureaucrats because I used to work in a bureaucracy. I used to work for a government. I hated it. It's soul-sucking stuff. Usually, I have to play my own mediator. So with the bill, I would tell myself, as if I was a mediator, or I would ask myself questions, because that's how mediators work. We ask questions. That's all we do, is ask questions. We don't give advice. We let you come up with your own solutions. We just point ways that might be of interest. So I'd ask myself, what can you do? The answer is nothing. I've done all I can do. Will you get the money? Yes, I know the person. I will get the money. I am not worried about that. Then why are you bothered? It's just frustrating. Well, what is that holding on to that going to do for you? Is it going to benefit one thing in the world? No. Is it going to hurt you in any way to hold on to it? Yes. It eats me up inside, and I don't like the feeling. I have enough issues in my life. I do not need more stress. I need less stress in my life. I need more understanding. I need more compassion. I need a lot more than to be stressed. So why let it stress you? And then I would let it go, because that is what mediation does. It allows you to come to your own logic through guided questioning. In the case with the Supreme Court, I would then mediate and ask a bunch of questions. Can you do something about it? Yes, I can. What's your plan? Well, this is my plan. What if it doesn't work? What's your contingency? Well, I'll do this. Do you think that you will get it? Yes, I do. then if you have the ability to fix it, is worrying about it right now going to add anything? No. Is it going to help you anyway? No. Is it going to hurt you? Yes. Again, I don't need more stress. I don't need more problems in my life. I need more compassion. I need more understanding. I need a lot more, but I don't need stress. Then don't be stressed. Why not give it up? Okay. The problem is I have both of them the same freaking day. I cannot deal with 2 mediations at the same time. And it took a while for me to mediate these issues out with me. In just about every time I've ever been in a church service, it's always the same thing. The preacher says, I know you're hurting. I know that you're dealing with issues. I know it seems like a mountain. And then the answer for them is not, come to me and we'll talk. I will sit with you. I've got this team right here that they're trained and ready to talk with you. We're going to work this out. If you just need to call us, call us. We're going to check in on you. We'll get your name on a list and we'll check in on you. You don't get that. It's always the same thing. Turn to Jesus. I'm sorry, but I've prayed to Jesus for a lot of stuff. I don't get a lot of answers back directly. It takes time. Not saying I don't get answers. Not saying that my faith, I don't get something out of it. But really what you get on this earth is really not the point of the faith. It's the after stuff. But from my own experiences, if it wasn't for all the stuff that happened when nothing else would work, and it was only my faith that allowed it to happen, I would say there's an argument against it. But my own experiences have created arguments that are compelling enough to be for it. So I think the bigger issue for a lot of people, there isn't going to be somebody there to help you. I mean, when I'm mediating, people pay me. They pay me a lot. And if I ain't doing a contract with somebody where I've got a mediated contract agreement, trust me, they pay even more. I'm expensive. And I know I'm expensive because I'm good. But I'm not there to help them with all their life problems. I am for that one purpose only. And once I'm done, they get maybe 45 minutes to 2 hours with me. Very few can handle more than that. We're done. That's it. Have a good life. Hope I never see you again, because that means something went wrong, and I don't like wrong in my life. I like for my mediations to stick. And that's it. You're not going to have somebody with you all the time. The counselors are not going to be, when you stop paying them, they're going to stop listening. You're not going to have it. But you're hurting. You're suffering. And faith gives you relief. I highly recommend it. It is worth it. But even then, sometimes faith stalls. Faith tarries. The Bible is full of times when people were in need and Jesus was asleep on a boat, or he was asleep on the shore, or he was somewhere that they thought he shouldn't be, but he was. And then when he felt that it was time, not when you feel, but when he felt, then and only then did he act. But that don't help you. Not right now. At least it don't feel like it does. And there's good arguments to say that there's a reason why he does what he does, and it's to help you. It just don't feel like it. And I'm inclined to believe those arguments. But as I was contemplating all this, one of the things that I think people need to know is to forgive. Years ago, I wrote a book, it's out of print, called Unbroken Circles for Schools. And I had this thing called S.H.I.F.T, Shalom-centric, holistic, integrative, this whole long title. But really all it was forgiveness. And in there, I mentioned that you needed to, that like offenders, they need to have the community forgive them. And then offenders need to forgive themselves. And then the victims need to forgive them. And then I talk about the community, they need to forgive the offender, and that all this stuff. But then when I got to the victim, and a lot of people we're a victim-ridden culture. Used to be that wasn't the case, but now it is. And I hate being a victim. That just irks me more than anything in the world. I hate being a victim. There's no sin in it, but it definitely feels like it. Something's wrong. I should have been stronger. I should have been smarter. I should have, would have, could have. But you need to, with a victim, you have to first forgive yourself. Wait a minute, I didn't do this, I didn't know, but you still feel guilt for some reason. It's part of our makeup. So the first thing, forgive yourself. So whatever role I feel that I contributed, whatever, it's okay. I forgive you. That's hard. That's a real hard one. But then the second part, forgiving your offender. People equate forgiveness to forgetting. That ain't the case at all. I've heard some very wonky sermons on this one that I'm like, nope, that ain't right. And I can take you to the Bible and prove it's not right. But a lot of people believe that forgiveness means forgetting. No, they're two separate things. I have forgiven a lot of people in my life that don't deserve it. And it's not because they deserved it. Not because they were worthy or anything. Forgiveness is probably the most selfish gift you can give yourself. Me being upset, me being angry, me hating somebody, me feeling everything that I feel, it don't hurt that person in one way. It only hurts me. I know a bunch of selfish people. and they will always be selfish. Nothing will ever change about them. That is their nature. And I know a lot of compassionate people. And if you talk to them, they'll tell you, I'm a very selfish person. Why? Why do you say that? I know people that are selfish, not you. I am selfish because I forgive. I let it go. It allows me to move on with my life. It is the biggest gift that I can give myself. It does no good, it only harms. It is the enemy. So this Christmas, I know you're in pain. I know you're suffering. COVID has not been kind. People like, Ken, I've seen some of your posts on COVID. Yeah, and I don't take any of them back. I've been impacted by it. I've buried my best friend. Buried my wife's uncle. I've got countless cousins and relatives that are no longer going to be with me. It sucks. Before COVID, I've had some pretty bad stuff. It hurts. There's been people who done me really wrong. More so than I'll ever put on social media for people to know. And I have to let it go. I have to forgive. I'm telling you right now, if you're hurting, if you're suffering, if there is one thing wrong in your life, do two things for me. Forgive yourself. There's a lot of things I wish I had done. There's a lot of phone calls I wish I had made. A lot of fishing trips I wish I had taken. I can't. There's a lot that I wish I had done. And I feel guilty. And I know that the people that are gone, people I feel guilty for, would not feel that way one bit. But I feel guilty because it's a part of being human. So first, forgive yourself. Whatever role I play, just say it right now. Whatever role I played in my own demise, my own misery, my own suffering, I forgive myself right now. Now, here comes the most selfish part. Because you know you can deal with you. You know all your flaws and stuff. Somebody else, that's something different. For those people that have wronged me, those people that have caused me suffering, agony, misery, heartbreak, those people that have caused me to eat myself alive because of the injustice that I've suffered at their hands or by their actions or their carelessness or whatever. I forgive them now. Let it be complete. Let it be like a warm blanket that wraps you up. And just release it. Let it go. Does that mean I'm going to trust some people? Not a day on your life. I will never trust them again. Would you hire somebody? Nope, there's some people I will never hire again. Nope, never. I will not use them. I will not hire them. I will not recommend them. But I forgive them. Not for them. I love myself more than I love the pain and suffering. So that should be a gift you should give yourself right now. If you've watched all the way through, I really want to thank you, and I hope that this has been something transformative in your life. I wish God's peace, love, and mercy in your life. I'm not a big Christmas fan. I make arguments that this is not when Jesus was born and all that, but it doesn't matter. If you're of the faith, then embrace it. If you're not, then I wish you all the best, and I hope you find peace and comfort and joy. We need to start seeing people for people. We need to treat each other kinder. There is a brighter day coming. It may seem dark, but you will make it through. You will survive. You will endure. There will be days you thrive. My last good year was 2016. But I know that there's going to be a brighter day in the future. Have faith. Endure. Be kind to yourself. So from my family to yours, I wish you the merriest Christmases and a bright, prosperous New Year. God bless.